can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible!
This is what happens when you work to change things.
You're being a little bitch.
What do you fucking want from me? Get off my dick!
You know, if you don't understand the situation, it's better sometimes
Is this thing on?
speak and just be proven a complete imbecile in the matter. Okay, so...
Well, I completely agree.
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch.
But
You
fuck
understand
you.
what I'm saying?
I think you're a bitch because we can't even say that to you.
Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Is that what you're saying?
that's what you
Are you
said.
saying it could be... What are you saying?
That's what somebody said about you.
First they think you're crazy, then they fight you.
And then you find out that you're here.
Don't really think that's the case.
We're here.
All of a sudden you change the world.
And all of a sudden you change the world. It's like, wait a minute. This is, this is Volkswagen, right? Am I in the right place? Yeah, this is AMC stock. Oh yeah, right. Because it's so similar. It's so similar. I used to look at Reddit all the time. Mainly on Friday nights, but look at that. Glorious theater. The more FUD I see, the closer we are to MOAS. No way any other stock has this much FUD and paid shills. So much conviction to sell. Makes my diamond hands even stronger. Hold on. Going to be a wild ride the next few weeks. It's going to be a wild ride. Down. Stocks with the highest short interest. AMC. Short interest 235%. Oh boy. Sounds like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Well, that's what it appears to say. So 6.8 million shares are being delivered for the settlement. Thus, the 3.8 million retail holders should only be getting 1.8 shares average. Yet most retail is owed way more than 1.8 shares due to the amount of AMC they own. And this doesn't include institutional ownership. Yeah, good luck, shorts. Good luck, shorts. I love that. Good luck, shorts. Very bullish. Hedge funds and private equity. Why you're almost guaranteed to lose money trading GameStop, AMC, and other meme stocks. From Forbes. So it's over. It's over. NFA investing. Check out this disclaimer.
Obviously, this is not financial advice. It's on the NFA channel. Even if I am talking about it on any other channel, it's still not financial advice. I'm not going to tell anybody to buy anything. I'm not going to tell you to sell anything. I'm not going to tell you to put all of your life savings into one play or
Oh, you're not?
or diversify or anything like that. Like, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. The decision should be solely on you what to purchase. And
No, I'm not. Nothing. No, nothing like that. No.
This. But if it ends up not being this, then it's not this. But it has to be based on your reasons, right?
Jesus.
But if it ends up not being this, and it's not this. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. The decision should be solely on you what to purchase. And if it ends up being this, then it ends up being this. But if it ends up not being this, then it's not this. But it has to be based on your reasons, right? So I wanted to talk about AMC in this video because of a lot of the information that's going out, right? A lot of the things that are happening, the news, the positive, the negative news. And we will talk about that in this video, mainly focusing on, you know, the all-time lows that it's actually getting to. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It might help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are also down below. Or you can just type in @Perry8K on Twitter. You'll find it and it'll come up. So feel free to follow me over there.
Oh, good. It'll come up.
A lot of people were surprised. Right? I definitely ran into some people that were like, yo, do you see the price of AMC? And I was like, no, I really didn't, right? Because I didn't fully pay attention to all of that and exactly where it was. I understood what was happening, seeing a reverse split. And seeing that reverse split, you could see the price and how it does rise. So other people didn't understand that. They were like, hey, we see it at $14. This is crazy that it's up this high, or it's up to $12. It's crazy that it's up this high, right? $20 is crazy that it's up this high. But I had to shut it down really quick that it's a reverse split, right? So you have less shares. Even though you're seeing that price, you do not have a higher balance. You have a lesser balance. And most likely you saw things that have decreased before this was happening, because they understand that a reverse split is mainly negative. It's not really a positive thing to look at for investors. For the business, it may be more positive, but for investors, it's not really the most positive thing in the world, because we always see a drop. It's not 100%, but it's pretty much up there. It's at like 80 or 90% of the time, you're going to see it decrease a heavy amount. Now, AMC was at a level of $12, or sorry, was at a level of $14 the last time I saw it with the previous close. But throughout the day, it did end up decreasing. So I do want to open this up and show you really quick. So currently, as you see it closed, you know, it's at a level of $12.56 in the after hours market, up 1% over the close of $12.43. But seeing it down 13.5% over the day, or $1.94, after seeing a reverse split, I understood that that was going to happen. Now, we did see 24 million shares worth of volume, which is way higher than the average, while you're also including the reverse split of 4.8 million. So you're looking at 24 million versus the 4.8. You understand that it is a significant amount, a significant increase that's there for this position. Now, what was the reverse split? I did explain this in my other video. The reverse split was a 10-to-1. So basically, if you had 1,300 shares like I did, now I currently have 130 instead of having 1,300.
Well, that's
so
way fewer to keep track of. So
seeing that, because I could have, held on to the money that I did have, and I could have sold at that moment. But I feel like overall, as an investor, it always makes sense to protect yourself. You could do whatever you want. But for me, it was more or less not giving up on the actual company and being a part of that. And yes, I could have got right back in it and had pretty much the same amount of shares, as it does come down to a level of $10 again. But now my cost basis is around $215 versus
Jesus Christ,
$21.50. So that does a lot. But I still do understand what this overall picture is. Now, if more dilution comes, that's a different story. But right now, it still shows the same picture. It's just a higher price point that people will see it easily get to with the lesser shares that are out there. Now, if dilution happens again, that could be something that does jar this whole entire thing. So the thing that makes me that I wanted to look at, right? I wanted to see that the company is starting to thrive, the company is starting to do well, and seeing the net income actually being more of a positive, not crazy positive, but looking at about 9 million, 8.6 million, after taxes. That looks really, really good, right? That's only in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah. That looks great.
Positive turnout versus the negative turnout that you have seen in previous quarters. So that means a lot to me. And also, I like to see exactly where the market cap would be with the squeeze actually happening, right? Maybe the bare minimum of squeezes or middle of the road squeezes. But currently, the free float market cap is about $2 billion, $1.9 billion. And you're probably like, well, what's the likelihood that it does find a way to increase up to that level? Well, currently, right, I just want to bring up Excel really quick. Let me bring up Excel and put Excel over here.
Why do we need Excel for this?
And we're going to look at 12.
I shouldn't say that.
4.3.
Used it.
Right.
But you don't need to use Excel anymore.
4.3. We're going to try and do this quick math while we're here.
Aren't we way past that?
$2 billion. 000, 000, 000, 000, right? That's about $2 billion that's there. So the total amount that you do have there for... You open that up. So $12.43. Let me Control Z. $12.43 equals what $2 billion would be. Now, let's go into what else I had. So if we go and let's see, bring this up, and we look at the market capitalization.
Oh,
This is
God.
what I'm very interested in, right? Because if we see the squeeze that's happening, we know of what the cap is going to be at with. That's not even saying that this is the max level that it could get to, because the short interest is a lot higher than it was at previous times. And if we can see the survival of the business and the kind of the back off of hedge funds and shorters into the position, then we could see this push up to about a $30 billion market cap.
Oh,
So let's
no
say
shit.
it does get to a $28 billion market cap. So if I'm going over to Excel, and instead of looking at a $2 billion market cap, you're now looking at a $28 billion market cap. We're literally taking this divided by this, and we're getting whatever that number is. So it would be 160 million. Now, if I have the 160 million, right, I had to pause it because I had to go through all the math. I was looking for the amount of shares. So it's about 160 million, 150 something million shares. We're taking that and we're dividing the 28,000.
Oh, I see what he's doing.
Billion dollar market cap into the 160 million, right? So the 160
So it could,
into the 20.
so if it had an equivalent move as it did to June, he's saying it would be $175 a share. Okay, sure, whatever. Okay, but let me see this here. Here we go. So here's the latest ortex update from the ortex shill here on Reddit, and it says I'm looking at the short interest value estimate, and it's currently $197.6 million. So 7 days ago it was 590. So $500 million, and then that was also down. Let's see. This has all been adjusted for the actions, I suppose. But utilization 22%. So what? It's probably incomplete data, I would imagine, as well. But could also be stuff that's caught in the settlement cycle and all that kind of stuff too. Who knows? It's been adjusted to ape math. Yeah. Oh yeah, glitch. Yeah, definitely a glitch. The utilization is a little sus here. I see, I knew I wasn't the only one. I do have to question how the shares on loan is smaller than short interest percent, as those shares are loaned and then sold into the market versus shares that are loaned for other purposes. You say final days are soon. We will be paid for the past year, yet we won't hit $20 in the next 10 years. Minus 3 points hidden. I had to expand it. Ortex is a fucking joke. Ring, ring, telephone. This is Ortex. How may I help you? Oh, hi, Ken Griffin. What numbers do you want us to report this evening? Yes, sir, master. Hangs up. They think that's how it works. That's hilarious. Oh, hi, Ken Griffin. Oh, hi, Mr. Griffin. What numbers do you wish for us to report on AMC this evening, sir? Utilization way down. You got it. Ken has Ortex on speed dial. Yeah. Okay.
28 billion. That's what I meant to say. And we get $174.02. Now my overall
Now that's
cost
the
basis
truth.
is a lot higher than that.
They have pumped Ken Griffin to sort of mythical supervillain status. Ken Griffin supervillain. It's so funny.
It's 200.
Gotta have the boogeyman.
So if I needed it to get to 215 million, it would be at a much higher market cap with 160. Okay. And I'm taking this multiplied by this. Excel just doesn't want to work with me. Let me click.
Oh, it's Excel's fault now. He's blaming Excel. Okay.
Some of those places, and that gets me only to break even. And right, it was break even from a while ago, not from my overall amount that I 300 shares.
This guy is as slippery as a fucking soap on a rope.
It's definitely more of a tricky situation, and it doesn't provide as much of a benefit as a lot of people think. Now, with only 160 million shares, it does provide a lot higher of a price that it could get to, that it could squeeze to, right? 215 may sound like a lot. $34 billion market cap may sound like a lot. The history of where AMC has been, it has never been, above that $28 billion mark, but could be worth a hell of a lot more with a ton of things that they could be introducing, especially with, the push for retail traders, or the push for, the retail market to hold AMC overall, to control AMC. And we do, right? This is one of the few that we do control. And that's why
we control it.
Massive fight.
We control it
from big money, from smart money,
that's
from hedge funds,
why.
from institutions. That's just how it is.
Listen to that.
Anyways,
that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Okay. Jesus Christ. That's just fucking how it is.
What AMC can be. It's just now with the dilution, it makes it a lot more difficult to get to the levels that we wanted to. And honestly, if we didn't have this at all, if we didn't have this potential chance at all to,
we would be better off. We would have been better off.
I
just fucking say it.
Do their reverse split and maybe even potentially dilute it, you might not see AMC survive what's going on, right? They started to profit, you see some profit, but it just gives us less in the end. And that sucks. It does, but it doesn't mean it's nothing. That's what's crazy, is people automatically assume that it's absolutely nothing and they cut their losses. But in reality, it still will be something.
What?
It won't be as much as people think. Like holding 1,000 shares of AMC and it getting to $1,000 per share, or $10,000 per share,
but that's
$100,000 per share. It's going to be probably a lot less than that. So
it's going to be less than that. It's going to be less than $1,000 per share, $10,000, $50,000. It's going to be less than that. As if, so he's still talking about it. He's still talking about a squeeze. So is this the compromise? This is the middle road here. Is that what I'm gathering?
We'll see how all this plays out.
You're not denouncing the squeeze. You're also not still preaching the big one, but $120 a share, $360 a share, maybe. That's
and
doable,
how
right?
things roll, how we get back to a form of normalcy, at least for us as investors. But that's what I wanted to bring to the table. I mean, right now we're sitting at pretty low.
How do you get back to a form of normalcy? Not by doing this.
At about a $1.8 billion market cap, and it may be a potential chance that we come down to even lower as we see potential dilution happening again, right? So anyway.
Thanks for the update.
Listen, people are asking me, do I think that if AMC pays a dividend, that's going to force the short sellers to close their positions? Listen to me, and this is just my opinion, and I'm going to tell you to buy, hold, or sell AMC. Paying a dividend, in my opinion, will not force the shorters to do anything. Okay? It won't force them to do anything. They are going to, in my opinion, it's going to squeeze regardless of what they do, because they already got in too deep and their liquidity's running out. Okay, that's just.
Is it drying up?
I mean, look
because
at what's
it's
going
liquidity.
Every day we got more input than output, but the price is dropping 25-30%. I mean, what other stock functions like that? What? Stock, it's my opinion. I mean, look at what's going on in the market. Every day we got more input than output, but the price is dropping 25-30%. I mean, what other stock functions like that? What other stock functions like that? No other stock in a fair and transparent market would function like that. That is pure criminality, and everybody's aware of it. But we don't have regulatory agencies. The agencies that's supposed to be regulatory agencies sit on the sidelines, which tells me that they're in cahoots with the bad actors. And here's why.
Okay, let's go back to that. More input than output. That's what he said.
Criminality in every 30%.
Criminality.
That's just my opinion. I mean, look at what's going on in the market. Every day we got more input than output, but the price is dropping 25-30%. I mean, what other stock functions like that? What other stock functions like that? No other stock in a fair and transparent market would function like that. That is pure criminality. Everybody's aware of it.
Everybody's aware of it. Hello, Ron. Ron's aware of it. But okay. To my other secondary. Where is it? There we go. Daily chart. We won't really worry about the market cap, but whoa. So we won't worry about the market cap. So 24 million volume. Now this is all adjusted now to the split, all the split actions. So somehow the overhead supply zone got shifted, but yeah, Okay, anyway, so 1243, and then on the volume though, that's what we're looking at here. 24 million, and then this indicator tells us buying and selling volume. So it's basically saying that it was 24 million of selling and 409 of buying. Well, 23.6. Okay. But anyway, it was mostly, we can come back to one of these days back here. What is this? 24th of July. So I'm looking at the second and third numbers here. I don't like that I don't need to see the total really. Yeah, I don't need that. There we go. So now we're just seeing green is buying, red is selling. So we can see like Friday, 23.652 million versus 409,000. And the breakdown of buying and selling based on the granular data. So how would that translate over to here? MOAS day, 86 million. Of course, it was like 700 million. Oh, and this is the period here where nobody sold. You know, nobody's selling throughout all this. So anyway, just to put in perspective, the day when there was a one and a quarter billion, and back in February 2021, January 2021, is now adjusted to 142 million. That's going to take some getting used to. It's 2 years of a certain calibration. So anyway, we'll have to. That looks like shit.
But we don't have regulatory agencies. The agency that's supposed to be
somehow more inputs and outputs, though.
Sidelines, which tells me that they're in cahoots with the bad actors. And here's why. Let's say you bought 1 million shares. Okay? Now you have to pay dividends on 1 million shares. Let's say the dividends is 10 cents a share. What is that, $10,000? You think they won't pay $10,000? Then buy back the shares and watch the price go through the moon. They're not going to do that. They're going to pay the dividend. They're going to pay the dividend out their pocket. It'll be a lot cheaper for them to pay the dividend than for them to start buying the shares back and running the price to the moon. Now, if we get blockchain dividends or NFT dividends, then they would have a problem. But regular, normal dividends, they could just pay out of their pocket, which would be a lot cheaper than buying the shares back. No, they wouldn't care. They would just pay the dividend. They would go into your account and credit your account with the money for the dividend. That's all they would do. And if it was a stock dividend, they would just put the counterfeit shares in your account. I mean, they've been doing that to us for the last 30 months. You think they would stop because it's a dividend stock? No, they will put the counterfeit dividend in your account. So if it's cash, they'll give you the cash. If it's
the counterfeit cash,
a share dividend, they'll just give you the counterfeit share dividend. The only way a dividend forces them to have to cover or close their positions.
Oh, here we go.
Is if it's on blockchain or NFT.
Oh.
That's just my opinion. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell
blockchain.
Me, do you think in a fair, transparent market,
AI
have more
has to be an AI dividend? Then they have to, because, you know, it's AI. Obviously. Locked out. What if it squeezes? Is he locked out of his house? Did his wife lock him out finally?
Guys, I haven't actually looked at my account really and paid attention to it, but I got to looking at my account just simply due to the fact I heard that E-Trade was going to be shutting down for 3 days. If you check your E-Trade account, you should see this important reminder as part of the rolling transfer of E-Trade to Morgan Stanley. They will be designated to you and other clients from 9/1 at 8 p.m. till 9/4 at 4 p.m. I'm going to call them tomorrow and find out what the hell that means, because if the price does go up next week, I don't want to be locked out of that bastard. But the other side of that is I looked at my account and it's like, dude, we worked so hard. It felt good, right? You remember feeling good that you were over 1,000 shares? Like, it's just a mental thing. Well, now I'm under 1,000. I'm at 1,000 if I combine the two accounts, but the one main account, I'm under 1,000.
So for the weekend,
man. So a part of that makes me want to get back to that 1,000. Yeah, it does suck. See, I'm down to 727, but I was totally wrong this entire time about the cost average. My cost average right now is $30.47, so that gives me some hope. And then the other account that I have.
Wait. Wait, did you catch that? Did you catch that? Oh, that would. Let's just go back. Let's go back through this whole thing. Let's go back to the whole thing, okay?
Going to be shutting down for, but damn it, guys, I haven't actually looked at my account really and paid attention to it. But I got to looking at my account just simply due to the fact I heard that E-Trade was going to be shutting down for 3 days. If you check your E-Trade account, you should see this important reminder as part of the rolling transfer of E-Trade to Morgan Stanley. They will be designated to you and other clients from 9/1 at 8 p.m. till 9/4 at 4 p.m. I'm going to call them tomorrow and find out what the hell that means, because if the price does go up next week, I don't want to be locked out of that bastard. But the other side of that is I looked at my account, and it's like, dude, we worked so hard. It felt good, right? You remember feeling good that you were over 1,000 shares? Like, it's just a mental thing. Well, now I'm under 1,000. I'm until 9/4 at 4 p.m. I'm going to call them tomorrow and find out what the hell that means, because if the price does go up next week, I don't want to be locked out of that bastard. But the other side of that is I looked at my account, and it's like, dude, we worked so hard. It felt good, right? You remember feeling good that you were over 1,000 shares? Like, it's just a mental thing.
Okay. So
now I'm under 1,000. I'm at 1,000 if I combine the two accounts, but the one main account, I'm under 1,000. I'm like, what the hell?
let's address the other thing first.
Part of that makes me want to get back to that 1,000. Yeah, it does suck. See, I'm down to 727, but I was totally wrong this entire time about the cost average. My cost average
I was totally wrong this whole time about the cost average.
right now is $30.47. So like,
His cost average is $30.47.
gives me some hope.
That gives him some hope.
I had $310, $31.44. So there's some hope there. I screwed up that math, trying to figure out what our new cost averages would be. What is your guys' cost average? But it's like, more money on it. What's going to happen? And then if E-Trade does truly lock me out for 3 days, that's going to really suck. Anyway, I'm going to try to give him a call tomorrow and find out more about that. But damn it, now I'm back under that 1,000 mark. That makes me want to get above it. But then I'm like, dude, do I put more money? What a battle.
What a battle. Yeah. Who is this battle with? It's my question. That looks nice. That looks pretty good. But who is this battle with? And who between whom is this battle taking place? And I say it's a battle. It's a battle within yourself. Clearly. I mean, clearly. That's the true fight here. It's not retail versus hedge funds. It's not good versus evil. It is the battle of they. Yeah. Yeah, it's the internal struggle of, do I do the thing that I was doing, that I've been doing, or that I have done many times before, that let me down every time, but maybe this time's different. And man, what a battle, what a struggle. Yeah. Oh boy.
Above it. But then I'm like, dude, do I put more money? What a battle. All right, it's that time again. Getting crazy with what's left in the garden with those little bell peppers, some onions. The one.
Okay. So, E-Trade transfer accounts will not be available between 9/1 and 9/4. And then I wonder if he actually says anything else about
there will be cans and 4 of those real minutes. Like I said, there was another pan.
Okay, good.
Art. Now, it smells really good. Oh, it's going to rain. I got to finish mowing. Not only does it smell, yeah.
Well, that was a pleasant ending. I mean, honestly, but I mean, okay. So what we're talking about, Labor Day weekend, and he didn't say anything else about it, but the title of this video says AMC locked out. What if it squeezes? I mean, that's dramatic. It's a dramatic title. Locked out. The story of AMC ape investors. I could see that working as a novel or a screenplay. Locked out. these apes were dedicatedly awaiting the squeeze, dedicated, devout believers, and they were locked out. This is their story, because the squeeze took place on Labor Day weekend and they missed it. You can't make this shit up. I mean, you really can't. 9/1 at 8 p.m. So post-market close on Friday, this coming Friday, through 9/4, approximately 4 p.m., 9/4, Labor Day, so a bank holiday at 4 p.m. So they'll still even be functional on the bank holiday. So that's funny. Jesus. Okay, we were talking about scavenger in finance chat, Telegram.
Guys, what is
going on? Which also is available to anybody who's interested in chatting with us and sharing information and data and memes and whatever else. Links in the description. But what's he saying?
going on? Welcome to a Sunday evening AMC video update. Something that I'm personally really excited to see how it plays out. Right here, obviously, we just have the box office numbers. Just want to get this out of the way. It's really got nothing to do with the video, but right here, 2023, you can see that, already, and we still have time for 2023. There's still many more releases for, obviously, the rest of the year, just in Q3.
It sounds like already now, he's already setting up, why we might not hit it, or that you haven't hit it yet, but pre-pandemic levels.
We're already,
and I can see that
numbers that we haven't seen in a very long time.
Oh yeah,
pre-pandemic, and I think we're gonna.
There it is.
I personally think this year we're gonna see higher box office revenue than any other year. At least it's looking like that right now. So that's very exciting. Obviously, looking at the
very exciting,
we can see what they did on Friday, right? Sell off. Really not that interested about any of that. What I'm really interested about is
refreshing
the catastrophic events that are going to take place tomorrow, more specifically, in my opinion, for the brokerage firms. Okay, so if you guys, most likely everybody,
he's right on the edge of 10,000.
We have the settlement shares of 6.9 million settlement shares.
He's worried about the brokers,
the 3.8 million shareholders, or amongst the 51 million AMC shares that currently exist in the public float. Now, many of you are going to be asking yourselves, Scavenger, why are you excited about this? I don't think people understand, and I'm
sorry.
This video,
I said he was worried. He's actually excited. I got that one wrong.
Really short, because I really want you guys to watch through this entire video and hopefully understand my thought process on this, and understand that this is coming from a perspective of somebody who believes that this stock, right, not only with Ape obviously has been delisted since, because everything converted back in AMC, but I'm a firm believer that brokerage firms have sold shares to retail investors that never existed from the first place. We know AMC's been on the threshold list for now. I think we're going to be pushing 44 days. Actually, it'll be 45 days on Monday, if you don't include the weekend. So however you want to include that, I'm pretty sure they only include, business days with that. But that's basically signaling that the demand for shares is higher and exceeds the amount of shares that have been available. We've disappeared off of the thresholds list numerous times. We've gotten back on it, and this time we've been on it for, a substantial amount of time. So that can, again, I'm not a firm believer of the data that I see. I don't believe that the short interest is only, 25%. I don't believe that, only 50% of the float is unknown. So again, the thresholds list I take with a grain of salt, but it can indicate and tell us that the demand for shares is higher and exceeds the supply of shares that are actually available.
No, that's not what that means. That is not what that means.
And this backs most of our thesis that retail investors at this time still aren't selling. I just don't see why anybody would sell, especially with most of us being down on our position. So we kind of have, Wall Street shorts backed into a corner. Now, let's get into the exciting part of this video.
Okay.
Looking at this settlement. I don't think people understand, it's been brought up before time and time again, that a lot of the corruption and manipulation and things take place within these brokerage firms. Okay. Now, when AMC released Ape, it was easy for brokerage firms to throw it in your account and say you have it, because mitigating damage control, let's say only 10% of AMC investors sell their Ape, or even 50%, you have a very good grip on damage control with that, especially when you release Ape at $7-8 and drive it down to $1.50. It's a really profitable way to come out ahead as a broker, right? If only certain people are selling and not everybody sells, it's a lucrative business, because you can afford to turn into damage control, right? If that makes sense.
What the fuck is he talking about?
That's easy for brokerage firms to hide. The conversion's easy because
of course brokerages make money. It's a business. I mean, most of the gripes that these people have are not flaws. They're not problems. They're not conflicts of interest, or at least not viewed that way, like in the industry. They're not frauds or instances of fraud, let's say. It's how the business works. It's how it operates, how it's done. And, you can say that things should be different, and, that there's another way to do it, and you can propose that, and you can set it up on a blockchain system. But the reality is that this is what the system is that we have. And what is the point of this? I don't know.
Just basically change the input of, the market caps are staying the same when you input Ape to AMC. Even
what what's the difference here? What are we talking about?
Billions and billions of fake Ape, and it converts back into AMC again.
Fake Ape.
This doesn't become a problem for brokerage firms until people start selling those, right? I can give somebody.
It's not a problem until people start selling.
I'm trying to think of a good example.
Because then they have to deliver them.
A good example on the top of my head would be like.
So they just borrow them from somebody else.
Giving somebody silver bars and telling them that they're worth $1 million a piece, and I give it to them, and then they decide one day, hey, I'm gonna sell all these silver bars,
and they're not worth $1 million.
It's kind of hard to make an analogy over it, and it'd probably be easier to draw it out on a whiteboard, but we'll probably
no whiteboard
on that tomorrow.
No whiteboard.
It's really difficult for me to put it into words, but hopefully the video.
Yeah, maybe because it's nonsensical.
You guys can understand,
or maybe. I mean,
but obviously
the mental gymnastics, going through to try to explain why, you've lost 94%, and you thought you thought you were going to be rich, and now you're more poor than you were before. Like, it's much easier to just be honest about it. Seriously. Like that, I mean, and you can hear the energy, and I hope you're talking about his and not me,
Sure.
But because I don't have any either tonight. But Jesus Christ. It's just a bunch of mental gymnastics, a bunch of scapegoating, and everything else in the book. Projecting. I mean, it can't just be, you know what? Our DD was wrong. In fact, it wasn't even DD. How about that? Well, can we go there? It turns out that everything, mostly, if not all, was false. You might even say fraudulent, in the sense that the people that were pushing it, they didn't even know whether it was feasible, possible, true, completely wrong, like so far out of reality that even, you know, a good scammer, an actually good scammer, wouldn't go near it, because they would know how ridiculous it is. And we've had a few of those. We've had a few of those things. Like, Jesus Christ, are you fucking kidding me? It happens every day on Reddit, though. Happens every day over here. Like, yeah, we're here in the Volkswagen squeeze. You're there. The dip before the rip. Uh-huh. Anyway.
There's any synthetics that
here we go
exist, right? Meaning anybody who owns shares in a brokerage firm, you know, we can't ever get a true number of what's actually there unless we had a true audit through the DTCC, right?
So a true audit.
See the amount of synthetics that are created, and you and I sure as hell can't see the amount of synthetics that were created, but we know that brokerage firms and companies like Virtue, Doug Sifu's told us that they can create infinite liquidity, also known as infinite shares. You know, if they only have 200 shares available and somebody wants 10,000 shares, they're going to fill that order.
Yeah, and then they're going to go out in the market and buy it. Then they're going to go buy it. Because they don't want to have a fucking position in AMC. They don't even want to have a short position in AMC. If you can fathom that. So they're going to go out and buy it, but they're going to go ahead and sell it to you at market price. That is the key. That is the key to this type of market. That's what makes it work. Somebody has to provide liquidity. Somebody has to be willing to sit there and say, okay, we'll buy and sell to you at a current market price. Even if nobody else is willing to do it, even if there are no orders currently on the books. Now, does that happen in this? Probably not. There's probably always orders on the books, but still, that's the function. So it's a neutral party that has no interest in anything, any one thing. So he's thinking, you know, well, they can just create shares and sell them, pocket the money. They've given us something counterfeit that we can then, you know, do whatever we want with, but it dilutes the value of the stock because they just created it from nothing. It has nothing backing it up. It was never purchased. No exchange took place to account for that value. But the business model dictates otherwise. They don't just get something for free. They'll make the spread, which they'll probably make money still, but they'll go out and buy it and cover, you know, a short position that may have been created, or they'll borrow it. It'll get borrowed. probably accounting for a lot of these FTDs. It's possible, Ron. It seems possible here. They're recounting more than the Florida election of 2000.
It's a fact. If you don't believe that, you don't have to believe it. It's a fact. That's the way the stock market works. It shouldn't work that way because you shouldn't.
Okay, let me go back a little bit.
Infinite liquidity, also known as infinite shares. You know, if they only have 200 shares available and somebody wants 10,000 shares, they're going to fill that order. It's a fact. If you don't believe that, you don't have to believe it. It's a fact. That's the way the stock market works. It shouldn't work that way because you shouldn't be able to sell something you don't have. That's called a Ponzi scheme. Shares, infinite shares. You know, if they only have 200 shares available and somebody wants 10,000 shares, they're going to fill that order. It's a fact. If you don't believe that, you don't have to believe it. It's a fact. That's the way the stock market works. It shouldn't work that way because you shouldn't be able to sell something you don't have.
But it's not because the share,
and that's happening right now. And there's going to be 4 million plus investors tomorrow that are expecting shares from this settlement, and AMC is only going to be settling with 6.9 million shares. So based off of a 51 million float. So if you have billions and billions of synthetic shares that exist, how are the brokerage firms going to deliver shares that they have to pay for to each and every person?
It's going to bankrupt them, I guess.
In my mind, this is the closest to a share count that you could ever ask for. You know, it's especially at the price of where AMC's at right now. I mean, this could cost, you know, tens of billions of dollars tomorrow.
What is he talking about?
Brokerage firms.
What?
And again, I think a lot of these issues that we
Why would it cost anything for brokerage firms?
Not only for Wall Street, but
why would it cost any? What is? Can anybody explain? Why would it cost all this money for brokerage firms? What does a brokerage firm have to do with it? I'm trying, like, if there's any slipped in there, if there's all these these billions of synthetic shares, well, why are we using that as an assumption still that we're working off of? First of all, like, really? So what you've got is so fucking weak that you have to disclaim that you are assuming billions of synthetic shares in this theory. I mean, that's retarded. That is fucking stupid. And it's weak as fuck. He claims there are synthetic shareholders that will be owed synthetic settlement. So, because the average ape holds more than whatever the average is, from 3.8 million, which is some bullshit estimation of the number of shareholders from like a year ago or more. And supposedly in 2021, it was 4.1 million. I remember that. Then it was 3.8 at some point. I forget when. Which I'm fine with having forgotten that. I don't care. So, but the point is, it's not an accurate number. I suppose it could be accurate, but that would be like winning the lottery type odds. There's no way it's 3.8 million. I mean, I'm not even saying that, you know, it's obviously more or less than that. That's just an old number. That's just a number that was given out a long time ago from AMC with no data to support it. Anyway,
I think a majority of it comes from these unregulated free payment for order flow brokers. And I think tomorrow we're going to see a lot of major issues start taking place with I think we're going to see a lot of glitches. I think we're going to see a lot of brokerage firms, at least the smaller ones, that aren't able to deliver on this. Again, you know, when you're only getting so much from AMC, you know, 6.9 million shares to deliver personally to, you know, 4 million individual shareholders. And let's say there's actually, you know, 16 million shareholders, right? This is going to cause a huge problem for brokerage firms. It's going to be massive, a huge event. In my opinion, I think this is an event
What the fuck?
The AMC management team has been waiting for. Again, I could be wrong, but I think tomorrow.
Who pays the fucking settlement? Who were the parties in the fucking lawsuit? Were brokerage firms involved? I mean, I don't remember hearing about Robinhood being there, and E-Trade, and Vanguard, and Fidelity, and Webull. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? Brokerage firms are... I mean, this is, yeah. This is what happens from smoking too much synthetic weed. I would agree with that. Not from experience though, but just from, you know, common sense.
Start happening. I think we're going to see what we did, you know, what we seen when Ape first released, how it was supposed to hit our account in a day, and it took brokerage firms.
Yeah, there's nothing going on with AMC pimping. I mean, pimping. I mean, they're just coming up with every reason in the world to keep believing that somehow there's going to be a MOAS. They're grasping at every straw. There is nothing going on. I agree. See ya.
Like that occur with this. But the difference is this is going to be a situation where brokerage firms aren't going to be able to afford to deliver on.
Oh, this argument again.
It's easy to deliver, you know, Ape. You know, back when Ape was at $5, $6, but when you have a stock that's sitting at 13 now, and you potentially have
he just does not get it think about at all.
0.9 million shares,
I don't think.
But now if you add in
all of this math, all of these numbers that he keeps talking about, I'm sorry, and this may be controversial. This may be controversial, but, you know, whatever. All of this is nonsense. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It changes nothing. It changes absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean the float was oversold, whatever the hell that means. They've redefined the term oversold, by the way. Somebody, this needs to be documented. I don't know where. Maybe Wikipedia, Wiktionary. Sorry, the Wiktionary, or maybe it's not you know, ready for prime time yet, and just needs to be on Urban Dictionary. But oversold meaning not being sold at a value below. It has nothing to do with value or price. That's the thing about this definition of oversold, which is typically what it refers to, being below fundamental value. But they mean the float has been oversold. It has been sold 2-3 times over with synthetic shares. See, that's the new definition of oversold. You have to watch out when an ape meme type says oversold. They may be referring to a quantity of shares, not a price, which is backwards and not a good way to think about it. I think that's largely why, you know, and this is just my opinion. I'm not a finance professional, but I would say that, you know, it makes sense to talk about things like market cap, for example, which doesn't care how many shares there are, because it doesn't matter how many shares there are. I don't care how many shares a company has. You know, what is the aggregate value? What is the market capitalization of this company? Is it a $20 million company? Is it a $3 trillion company? That means something to me. So I think that's why shocker, in finance, we use, dollar amounts a lot of the time to talk about things. So anyway, but that, then when you start thinking about things like this in terms of shares and then split shares and then reverse split shares and then diluted and all this kind of stuff, it's hard to know because these people are still in their, all you have to do, it's just on Reddit. It's everywhere on Reddit here. Where did I see it? Don't be fooled. I got it open right here. Don't be fooled if the price goes up to $100. That is really $10. See, they're living in the past still. For anyone that is new here, anyone that passively holds the stock and wondering what the hell is going on after the reverse split, if the stock runs up to $100 per share, this is just the equivalent of $10. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm not selling at $10 per share. See, they're even still thinking about it that way, which is, you have to be kind of like, why don't you think about your total equity? Has that changed? No, which is the personal version of market cap for one security. So your market cap in AMC, your cost, I don't want to say cost, your equity, your total equity, cost would, I think is going to imply per share or per share value. So I'm not saying cost, I'm saying equity, because the cost is what the initial valuation was when you got into the thing. But your equity is the value of it at any given time. So, yeah, I would rather ride this all the way down the other direction than to sell at $10. And that's the ape way right there. That is the ape mantra. I would rather ride this all the way down the other direction. I don't know why it's redundant. Ride it all the way down the other direction. What other direction is there but down? I don't know. Certainly not up. Than to sell at $10. So, yeah. At this point, I just want my fucking money back. I just want my money back. Okay, Karen. This right here had my money parked for 3 years now. Just give it back. Fun time. 1 out of 10. Okay, just give it back. Well, but that's not how it works. That's not how fortunes are made. Young butterfly. Just give it back. Why can't you just give it back? I just want my money back. You can't have it, bro. It's gone. Me too times 10K. And he wept, for there was no one else to hold the bag. Right. It's Sunday. Go see a movie. Where did I see that? It's Sunday. Go see a movie. Yeah, the answer to everything. Okay. I feel like I should shut up now. So, locked out. Professor Mike asking the hard questions.
And billions and billions of synthetics. You're talking
billions and billions.
Hundreds of millions.
Oh, probably.
Of shares.
They're probably gone, Charlotte.
Have to pull out of their ass. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm personally very excited to see how this plays out. Really don't care about the settlement shares that I'm going to be receiving. I'm more focusing in on
not worried about the shares,
on how brokerage firms are going to do this, because anybody with a brain knows that synthetic shares are out there.
Now hold on just a god dang minute. Anybody with a brain.
How brokerage firms are going to do this, because anybody with a brain knows that synthetic shares are out there. And that brokerage firms have sold shares, in my opinion, that they never were able to locate. So yes, when AMC says there's 3.8 million shareholders, that's all AMC can see. What we can't see is the true books of these brokerage firms. And when you have to give somebody
Why does that
costs money.
Why does that matter? Why does the books of the brokerage firm matter? They don't fucking matter. They're so dead set on catching the brokerage firms or the short sellers or somebody in some kind of fraud, because it clearly it must be. There's no other way that this could be possible. There's no other way that I could make such a huge mistake, that I could lose so much money on something that was such a sure thing. But there are no sure things. Certainly not in the stock market. My God. My fucking God. I mean, that's what he's saying. There's no way that I lost this much money. Clearly, there's some shit going on that shouldn't be going on, because there's no way that they're going to scam all of us like this. And you guys, and in reality, they scammed, and they, meaning the apes scammed it themselves. There's a lot of self-reflexive things in this thing. That's one of the larger lessons, I think, of this whole debacle, is that, you need to know yourself. You need to know, meaning you need to know yourself. You need to know thyself, right? Know what you're capable of. Know your limits, both in terms of how much money you can throw away on something that could be worthless. And, can you handle it? Can you manage it? Can you resist the temptation to overinvest by a lot? Those types of things. You need to know the facts yourself, not because somebody on the internet told you that, 51 million shares settled tomorrow unless the flow's oversold. Okay? I need to know this myself. Hearing this does not, I don't know that that's true. I don't know that it's true. I don't know that it's that, and even if it is, I don't know that it matters. So, it's hype, which if you are down so much, I understand people are susceptible to, but, this is one of the things about handling things that have a great power, is that, yes, they can do fantastic and mighty things, but they can also be very destructive or toxic, or even just the obsession with the thing can become a problem. So that's what we're witnessing a lot of here, I think, because none of this stuff actually matters. I don't think. So you have to be able to know these things. You have to be able to verify them, and look at the probability that they are true, because nothing is for certain. So you have to look at everything as a probability. And this is a low probability event. It's just a low probability event. It's been a low probability event since the beginning, especially after June 2nd, 2021. That was the unexpected that they're now expecting. See, that's the thing. We didn't expect it. It was not expected the same way. Then nobody knew what was possible, if anything were. But a lot of people were excited about it. There was a lot of hype. There was a lot of money. There was a lot of time. There were a lot of conditions that created that ideal setting for that spark to be ignited and to explode and to push everything out past its limits. Now, however, they've upgraded the smoke alarms. And I'm using they here like an ape. They have installed new security cameras. They have implemented new security procedures. They've hired some people. They've let some other people go. They've made changes. And changes have been made on everyone's behalf by the Fed. So, you know, you have to recognize those differences in environments. You're not in the stuffy 1960s building with no working fire protection system and no clear emergency exits, and certainly no accessibility, ADA accessibility. So if you are a small-time retarded ape, you know, who's in a mobility device, you know, you cannot go up and down steps, and you're in the basement, bargain basement of the brokerage, buying some AMC shares at bottom prices, and the alarm goes off, which is, there is no alarm, so it's, I don't know, good luck. You're stuck, which a lot of people are. They're the person, they're the person, you know, sadly, who, you know, is a victim of that type of crime, which, you know, is totally different. I'm not even, you know, that's outside the scope of anything here. So anyway, nothing wrong with basements. Nothing wrong with basements. Always had basements, always liked them, but just make sure you know your exit paths. And it's good if you have more than one. Fire safety. Okay.
Money that you don't have, that's when things get very interesting. Especially when you have a float that, you know, can't even settle when it comes to people purchasing and stuff, because, you know, the shares aren't available. So gonna be very interesting.
What?
Again. I'm really interested to see how this goes, and I'm really excited.
So he's still a believer in FTDs and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing from Tony, Denaro, Franzetti. Last thing he was talking about was MULN, Palantir. He does have a GameStop. That's from over a week ago. I'll watch it, though.
Hey, guys. Tony Denaro here. Welcome back. I want to go over with you how I'm trading GameStop coming into the upcoming earnings in September, what I am looking forward to, and what I am worried about. Let's get right into it. All right, let's get the bad news out of the way first, and then talk about the good news and how I'm going to be trading the next couple weeks. For the past year, I have been swing trading GameStop, as I told you guys over the last taking all of my buys and selling them into.
You haven't been. You're not a trader. You're a traitor. Traitor. Swing trading GME. You're a traitor, not a trader.
The euphoria over the stock split back in July of 2022. On the way back down from that, which I predicted, I did buy some GameStop on the way down. I tried to buy some more as it consolidated, and then I bought even more when it hit the $22 level. I missed this dip into $15, but did sell for a profit back in March of this year for $24.25. I missed this other dip to $15, and I missed this dip to $18 back in May.
How's he missing all these dips?
In this little run up. Now we are back below the bar that I have set for my buy-in. I am at a point where I feel comfortable buying GameStop.
Good Lord.
Buying it. I will be buying it between.
He's buying now? Okay.
$19 and $15.80 or so, $15. That'd be even better if we see those prices in the next coming weeks. It does tend to slide down in August into early September prior to earnings, because this is typically a weak quarter for GameStop. The worst news.
Well, it's going to be a weak quarter for Tony Denaro's numbers too. I have a feeling.
Get costs under control.
I'm checking it out right now.
To multiple back-to-back profitable quarters, or do some sort of strategic acquisition with all that cash they have on the balance sheet. If the transformational announcement does not happen in the next 12 months, I do have a price target of GameStop of $10 within the next 12 months. Hopefully that does not come to fruition. I'm not saying it is an absolute certainty, but it is a concern that I have.
So he's buying it at 13, whatever now, to even a little bit lower, but he's got a $10 target on it. Okay.
If I don't see some changes in GameStop, and Ryan Cohen having let the CFO go and the CEO, He understands that some transformation needs to happen, and I hope that he is doing the work and that we see that with some good numbers in upcoming quarters. As far as technical analysis, there is not a lot to like on this chart at this moment, but for those of us that like to buy at a dip, this is the point where I start to get interested in GameStop again. Moving averages look absolutely horrible. We have completely retraced from May. Maybe we'll get a bounce here. If not, we are likely headed down to retest this support in the $15 to $16 range. The thing that everybody is focused on is the RSI being really, really low. And yes, it is, but you cannot just focus on RSI when you're doing TA. If that's all people are talking to you about and they're ignoring.
I know I'm a jackass. Thank you, though. Oh, Tony. Okay. Well, Tony and I have a very complex history. That is for sure. That is for sure.
Everything else on here, like the moving averages and the MACD, you are not getting the full TA picture. When we add the MACD into the chart down here at the bottom, this is also a bearish signal for the moment. And I do expect this price to keep coming down. And like I said, I hope that it does. I hope I have an opportunity to keep on buying it cheaper.
I mean, I have to
in the first week of September. This is a bit of a gamble play because I don't know how good the earnings are going to be in September for the quarter. But last year in this time frame, we did have a $6 run up after earnings from $23 to about $30 and change. If the results come in better than expected and we get a $6 run up from wherever we are at just prior to the earnings release, I certainly would be happy with that and take that trade and take the profits. And I think no matter whether you're holding or swing trading, you'd probably be happy with a nice $6 run up too. Let's stick around just a couple.
No, not the apes.
What happens if, on the other hand, results miss analysts and Wall Street's expectation? I think that it is fair to guess that you're going to see continued decrease in GameStop's price below the $15 or $16 level. So trade with caution, and if you have a big position,
I'm not even worried so much about what the earnings report actually is. It's the outlook, it's the guidance, it's what's coming, what is the future. I mean, that's really what this is supposed to reflect. So it seems to me that, well, the future is unwritten, but the writing can be on the wall, though, I suppose. No, they don't. They don't give guidance. They didn't even give an earnings call last time. Didn't they cancel it the day of? So that's kind of a joke, really. Like, wow. Hard to imagine what that must be like. I find myself near GameStop locations often, it seems like, in my travels. And God, I almost went in one the other day. I almost did, but I was too hungry. I was going to lunch. I almost went in. I almost went in though. I didn't really feel like talking to anybody. It didn't look like there was anybody else there, so I would have had to. That's pretty much what it seems like usually. Every time I get excited, oh, wow. So, wow, looks like a lot of cars over there at that GameStop. And I check it out. Oh, it's the yogurt place next door. Oh, yeah, they're packed. It's a nice summer night. Yeah, oh, yeah, of course. It's a yogurt place. Nobody in GameStop. So, pretty much given up on it. I mean, at least they have, Oliver's Papa. They have Oliver's Papa. He shops at GameStop for that kind of stuff. So anyway, wow. What the technicals show. I guess I can spare 4 minutes for a video on AMC technical analysis.
So with AB Investments, and this is going to be a very, very important episode. Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend again. I'm gonna
self-proclaimed importance.
I'm expecting
Love it.
this upcoming week as far as price action and movement. In fact, what if I told you that I can see the price surging up back?
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
A B investments, a bitch investments. It works. I think it works.
Into this week, somewhere into the upper teens, perhaps into the mid 20s, even. And why do I say this? Is because
bullish pumping
so far away extended from our 50-day moving average, and not only that, but we have been plummeted day after day for most of last week, and a bit the week before that. We are so oversold.
What is he? Is he wearing his Bengals hat, Model 3 dude?
So
I didn't see.
Levels. Obviously, what goes down that hard, its lift off will at least be somewhat similar. Now, not necessarily going
somewhat similar. It's a blank hat.
If this thing could continue to do what it has to do, it could very well go over the mid 20s. But my realistic expectations on the technical analysis tell me that we will be expecting a move. I'm personally obviously not offering financial advice here. This is just what
well, he's not offering financial advice, Manuel. He's, he may be wearing a sleeveless shirt, and have a, that type of, that's not, they're not going to find a hat like that around here, probably. I I wish I could get 2,500 subs as well. Yeah, it's amazing. It's truly amazing, and I'm actually surprised that he's that low. It seems like probably the kind that probably has a lot of views by unsubscribed investors or unsubscribed watchers. Sorry.
Expectations are, and we'll see sometime this week.
And he's not that consistent.
Back up.
I don't see him pop up every day.
Like the lower 20s, perhaps the mid 20s. At worst case scenario, I see the upper teens, which is a big move from
Model 3, dude.
Now, here's the sour part to the video. Even if we were to go to 25, for example,
maybe here's why he only has 2,600 subscribers. This part right here.
Technically speaking, 25 would technically mean, prior to reverse stock split, $2.50. Is that going to make any of you lose their socks? I don't know. Everybody has different price targets, but for AB, that doesn't even bring me to the table yet.
It doesn't get him hard, in other words.
Look like, oh, look at that. We surged. Be very ready. I literally see this mid-20s to perhaps the upper 20s happening. I've mentioned something about this last week.
It's going to be a psychological play
on the float live, and I stick with that, with the analysis, seeing exactly how the week ended. It's even gave me more of a confirmation. Now, it's going to be very important for everybody in the family to exactly know what
there seems to be.
You have to walk into.
There is definitely a noticeable void of mention of share offering at the money that is coming. Yes. I don't know if he knows that. We still got a couple minutes left in the video, so maybe he'll, the next thing he'll say is, and it needs, we got to make sure that we act on it. If it happens, we need to make sure that we no, because he's saying no, he's not. No, I'm trying to rationalize. You can't.
This week,
no,
with
never mind.
Obviously, a plan. If you do see things happen as AB has just mentioned, and develop that way, then what is your plan according to it? What are you going to do? I can't tell anybody what to do, buy, sell, or hold, or do any of that. But you got to walk in with a mindset. Now, for me, that's not even going to get me to even look at my phone, but I will be looking at my charts. I'll be doing my day trading with other stocks, obviously. And then I will be reporting on the community tab when I get the time throughout the day to report at least one play that I'm indulgent with. I am very heavy into day trading, so therefore I'm working on this program to try to get a member zone so that
a member zone, cool,
be in there and obviously be able.
Ron, sorry dude, but I don't need JJ's stuff anymore. He's gonna have a member zone, so I think he's got my back.
To be connected with each other at all times and get access to all the plays. That way it's more convenient. But I can't step out of this, go to this, because it's time.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper, I bet.
Especially when you're doing a day trade that expires on a daily as well, especially if it's options. We'll get to know in the future.
He's an options gambler.
We'll get to that if we get to that moment. I pray that it does. If you have any questions or comments, put them in.
So there was nothing else? No, so of course not. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we will need new hats. Crap, we'll have to go to Lids. I don't know if they still have Lids stores in the mall. Do they still have malls? I don't know. I can't resist the urge. Where is it? I clicked on it. Okay. Can't resist the urge.
Good morning, Al from Boston. Hey, Lou just put this out there late last night. It's incredible to see. Look at the market cap, 409. That's not the impressive part. Look at the shares in the float, 9.3 trillion shares. This is what Mr. Aron was trying to cover up for his friends at Citadel, Susquehanna, and all the other.
So let's grab a screenshot during a complex share split, reverse split combination, situation. Oh, Lynn wants voice chat. Sorry. Ooh, sorry. No, it's not dead. Hold on. Let's try that. Okay. And okay. Lynn, you can enter. Okay. Yeah, let's grab a screenshot during a, complex operation involving not one, but two securities and push it as something. I think he did kick it off. Let's kick it off.
Good morning, Al from Boston. Hey, Lou just put this out late last night.
Wow. Good ear, Model 3 dude. Good ear, my friend. No, he didn't kick it off. He did not kick it off. Wow, something's wrong here.
It's incredible to see. Look at the market cap.
It sounds like typical Al, though.
409. That's not the impressive part. Look at the shares in the float. 9.3 trillion shares. This is what Mr. Aron.
I mean, wouldn't that
was trying to cover up for his friends at Citadel, Susquehanna, and
Susquehanna.
This, along with Mr. Bill Wang's over at Tiger Global Capital Management, this is what they were trying to cover up. Systemic market risk, 9
what?
trillion.
Systemic market risk, 9 trillion.
Comes out.
What?
The cleanup op, but the cleanup is getting messy. Clearly, we have more than one person that saw this. There's a bunch of people that have saw this. Guess what? Now you saw it. So take a look at it, send it out, retweet.
Wow.
It, take a snapshot with your phone.
Now you saw it. Now I'm gonna have to kill you.
Why the fuck were there so many glitches on this particular stock the last 3 years? I'd like to see his answer. Guys, this is Al from Boston. This is why I fight. Take a look.
What the fuck? This is why I fight.
Back in the day, I knew that when these trades happen, when there was a short squeeze,
look, he's
everything else.
He thinks he's right. He thinks this proves that he was right. Oh my God. This fucking guy, this narcissistic fucking guy is sitting here saying, look, I knew it. See, I told you guys. You know I told you. And I guess he did. But, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. The level of delusion here is staggering. Oh my God. Sorry, I need a second here. Anyway, yes, ape is gone. Doesn't matter. And anyway, wouldn't that imply like 40 cents or something a share anyway? What is like, so what? Anyway.
In the, way over in the billions in fake shares, synthetics. I'm telling you right now. And then on Friday, like the day before,
but he's so excited.
The whole thing happened. The DTCC mysteriously goes down along with Citi. Like, really? Are you guys even trying to cover up this? This is the worst cover up in history. It's just absolute and utter horseshit. Okay. That being said, we are going to find out the origins of this particular.
Right, because if anything happens on a day, or let's even throw in a day before, and let's throw in T+2 settlement as well. So day before or 2 days after. If anything happens during that period, clearly it's connected to AMC. I mean, that's a given. That is a given. You don't need proof. It is. Because that's the most important thing. It represents the most systemic risk outstanding to the financial system, global financial system. Nothing else shall happen on those days. If it does, it's clearly intended to mess with AMC. Don't forget it.
Don't. If you know where this came from, or you're the owner of this, please reach out to me at alfromdc202@gmail.com or notify me in the comment section, because this is crazy.
Oh yeah, did you see that? He allows comments now.
Ask yourself that. This is the cover-up, and this is what the Delaware Chancery Court, all the relevant players, were all in on, and they tried to hold from the public. So if you see it, tweet it out, let everybody know, let everybody in the kingdom know about what has transpired. The trillions afloat, the market cap,
God,
because all of this stuff, guys, all this stuff, Mr. Aron.
Oh my God.
He had.
Oh my God. I mean, give me a. No, I can't even see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. It says invalid symbol. Like, it's almost like it was delisted or something. I don't know. I don't know. AMC doesn't say that. Nope. Yeah, someone check to see if hell's frozen over, because Al from Boston now allows comments. And they're exactly the same. Wait a minute. Oh, so he doesn't display likes. Aha. So he allows comments, but he still doesn't display likes. What a weenie. Was Zern aware of this? Zern was aware of everything. HTF can hedge and trust fund can cover trillions with only hundreds of millions of shares. How is this not a lawsuit? You wouldn't even know what to put in a lawsuit. And he didn't, because everything he submitted got dismissed with prejudice immediately in like 1 sentence motions. But anyway, or actually, no, that's not true. They did rip him a new asshole in one of them. Wash trades, they're using wash trades to do it. Yep. She gave him immunity. I'd say they owe us a whole lot of spending money. Yeah. Biggest scam in the history of the stock market. Look, when it was in the billions, I said this is an impossible play. Government will never allow it to run. Now in the trillions, no way they will allow it to run. I mean, what the fuck? It's not in the trillions. That's shares float. They can't even keep it straight, like what they're talking about. That's how ridiculous. That's how emotional they are. That's a good, I mean, I don't want to, there's no reason to listen to the rest of this fucking verbal diarrhea. Because that's the lesson. The lesson is they're not even looking at what's here. They're not looking at it, and they're not thinking about it. To be quite frank, they're not. And if they actually, What here's the question for the apes on this one. If you encounter an ape and you want to, either way you want to think about it, you want to make fun of them or you want to teach them a lesson or whatever. Take this and ask them, what is the implied share price here? And see what they say. And it may be a teaching moment in a couple different ways. They probably would just not even, probably wouldn't even, it would probably go nowhere. But that's, imagine thinking, somebody with 20,000 subscribers, we're talking, I'd like to have 2,600. I'd like to have 19,000. And think about the even lower level of garbage that is on here. That is, this is what I believe somebody said. Oh, who said it? God damn it. Ron, of course. Of course Ron said it. The subs flock to bullshit. Of course, Ron. And actually, I think this is a fair, this fits the linear regression that I have in my head, right? Of the equation of the model, the curve of quality versus, popularity, let's say. And so here we have a channel that is total shit. And it has 20,000 subscribers. The AB channel, which is shit, but at least it's not. It wasn't. At least he was talking about something having to do with like a chart, and I'm sure that what he said about a moving average and all this kind of stuff. And yes, there's a cushioning effect or whatever you want to say from short selling. So yes, but it's presented in a hype, it's presented in a totally skewed way, but less shitty, also less popular in general, but still less shitty. And then you have this channel and you have a noisy kohrs. And so you see this decreasing number of subscribers as an inverse relation to quality, which Ron said. So, in a lot cooler way, the subs flock to bullshit. And I say, well, there's an inverse correlation there, but it is. Because the ultimate is Trey, right? The ultimate is fucking Trey. And those guys, 200,000-300,000 subscribers, and just, maybe we should go back. Maybe we should close with some of that old stuff. I don't know, but I'm not inclined to continue here. I'll just drop it. I'll drop in the needle in.
There seems to be glitches on the stock market.
There seems to be glitches. Oh my God, in technology.
I'm telling you, all these things are now coming out.
Need more AI. Need more AI.
March of last.
Lynn, are you around? I don't.
I am. I'm having some weird audio things going on though.
Oh, Ken Griffin. Now it's not only just me and my audio, it's yours, everyone else's. Everybody's here has audio problems now because of him. That's
it's a virus. I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, how are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm looking for a video by Fartaculous that.
Oh, nice.
That Manuel's suggesting, and I just wait. Is it the fuck?
What?
Is it, but yeah, no, sorry. So I'm distracted.
What's going on with
Go ahead.
What's going on with Strongman? What's going on with Strongman?
What is going on with Strongman? Personal finance? Oh,
yeah.
Good question. I don't know. I can look it up though. I thought he, let's see.
Just put it in the queue.
Okay. Yeah, put it there. Well, he has an AMC video from yesterday, as a matter of fact. So, oh, here, Manuel's got the link for the other one. So, yeah. This is, who here? Fartaculus, right? And then we'll look at Strongman. Thanks for that suggestion. Or be different, hopefully.
And did we lose Pet Rock Miner?
Pet Rock Miner. Let's see. Possibly. Or, you know how it is. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, nothing from him in the last 4 weeks. I wonder if Shadow Star. Did you see Shadow Stars was back around? Did I just type Shadow Sharts? God. Okay. That's awesome. Did you see that he was back around in Telegram? At all?
Shadow Stars? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Happy to see Shadow Stars back.
Yeah. So he's got his is 6 months ago. So, but there hasn't really been that much going on. So I don't blame a lot of these people. I've certainly slowed way down too. Oh, Pet Rocks was around. Okay. Let's see what this Fartaculus character is saying. But he's got Boss Blunts here. Good old Boss Blunts. I always take financial advice from somebody with a nickname like Boss Blunts. Personally, I mean that's just
yeah. He's been a channel favorite for a while.
Hey everybody, it's Fartaculacticus, #1 son of Yuck You, World Series of Dice champion 2 years in a row. I don't know if you saw this video, but check out Boss Blunts' nice clean new shirt and his nice clean new couch in the back, and then his nice curtains back there. At the start of this video, there's a part where he's
probably in a hotel room, but he is moving, right? I mean, he's moving to Texas to start his brokerage.
In a nice brand new, well, I'm assuming it's brand new, but it looks pretty spiffy. Nice new digs. Now, this is a sudden drastic change to his life. We're used to seeing different things. And he looks like he's done pretty good for himself and upgraded his life significantly. Now, that all, I believe, took place when the reverse stock split was announced and he decided to promote the yes vote.
Wait, so he was an arbitrageur? Is that what he's saying?
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
I don't know. Let's find out.
And then he also announced the lit exchange. I guess he's going to start it over in Texas. And what's interesting to me is I think you got to know a lot of powerful people to do something like that, to pull it off. I wonder how he was able to get to know all those people.
He didn't pull anything off. He's done nothing. Remember, he said he was going to start hiring hundreds of people soon? Going to be. I mean, who thinks this clown's actually going to do that? Now, I know I'm setting him up for an insane comeback underdog, victory story, like a Hollywood film. But we'll see. I don't see it.
Time and be able to launch it this quickly. It's kind of curious to me. The other thing is I wanted to touch upon is I stopped watching.
But I guess we are talking about somebody presumably who bought into the AMC hype and got himself in trouble because he listened to what other idiots were saying. So maybe that's maybe this guy's just prone to believing people when they spout a bunch of bullshit. I don't know.
Him, and I used to watch him a lot, but I stopped watching him mainly because some of the things he started to say. One of them was he was cussing a lot, and he also said a key phrase: "I don't care what the F you do with your money." He hasn't changed. Let me tell you guys, he doesn't care about you. He only cares about the views, and he only cares about the customers. You're a number to him. So
he's a business person.
Aron looks at us. Just watch this clip if you haven't seen it.
All right.
This shows you how he is.
Fuck, man. It's simple. Why don't people understand? They can't fucking close their positions. They can't fucking close them. They have no fucking choice. They're stuck until retail sells.
They're stuck until retail sells.
Obviously, here he's trying to get retail to sell their positions. He's trying to use his influence to get retail to get out of the play. That's what I'm getting from it. Also, why would you yell at your new customer, your potential customer?
I'm not sure that that's really what he meant.
It shows a lot of things. It shows that you believe that your customer base are childish, your customer base are dumb, your ego is going through the roof right now, and you also don't respect your viewers at all. That's what he's conveying in this. Anyway, everybody, I hope you have a good rest of the day, and
lovely
thank you for allowing me to share it with you.
Yeah, you should be quiet after 10 p.m. That's bad hotel. It's even bad motel etiquette. No, yeah, motel etiquette, Ron. I mean, Days Inn. I wouldn't even expect that there, but although I recently was traveling and did stay in a Days Inn and realized I fell asleep. I had Bloomberg TV was on loud as fuck. It was like 3 in the morning. Oh, well, you know, imagine that complaint call. Yeah, there's my neighbor's noisy TV, noisy financial shit. Tell him to turn it off. Tell him to turn it off. The one that I went to was a Days Inn by Wyndham. Trying to be all posh. In Marietta, Georgia. Let's see here. No, it had a king size. California, had a king size bed. And a room that was way too big. Had a big, like, empty area in the front. Like, what is a table? Like a breakfast table would have been nice here, and a couple of chairs. Not the little desk thing next to the dresser, like smooshed in the alcove. Anyway, whatever. $75. Amazing. Squeeze confirmed. Squeeze confirmed. I said that the other day, but not in this way.
Hello, guys.
That's not what I meant.
Welcome back to the Zane Investing. Basically, the market capitalization
that is not what he meant.
Obtained from your broker.
Oh, the market cap. Oh, a market cap video. A market cap video. Wouldn't you know?
In pre-market, each share was valued at $196.
Okay.
There are currently 55 million MC shares. I'm not randomly selecting a number or seeking attention by
you are.
Cost.
Not seeking attention.
With video proof. The cost for 5 seconds was $196. Currently,
the cost for 5 seconds was $196 for 5 seconds. Oh, okay. Would that right when it converted? I'm showing that it was even 21. Anyway, it's 20, whatever. This is not video proof. Sorry, got distracted. I don't see any. I mean, I'm just scanning. Okay, I'm just scanning. But this is all stock footage. What are you talking about here? Jesus fucking Christ.
That imply, like I said, math is straightforward. How do you calculate share price versus market capitalization?
Oh my God.
It's a basic mathematical equation. Currently, AMP shares are valued at 200.
Like this is the type of lazy content that I'm surprised that there's 6,700 subscribers worth of demand for. Like, and maybe it's mostly bots or something or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. It's garbage. Like, this is the laziest type of shit. You know, and I'm not even against using text to speech. I messed around with it a little bit once. on my deleted channel. But and it was fun writing out a script and adjusting it so it said it the way I wanted to. But that's what that's exactly what I'm highlighting in this, how it doesn't even pronounce AMC correctly. If you listen, it's always AMC, AMC, AMC. So lazy you didn't take the time to play with your fucking software and get it to pronounce the name of the company of the stock that you're attempting to pump. That is lazy. You know, how many more times can I say lazy? But it's just pathetic, really. And why I don't look at these channels, this channel, essentially, because now he's claiming that he has given you video proof. Yes, you've created a video saying something, and you got a few bucks doing it. Congratulate, good for you, I guess. That's a successful channel you got there. You know, and here's another one. Now, consider this. The last channel, the AI channel, versus stocks and crypto creep here. Same, oh no, sorry. This channel has twice the number of subscribers. 12,000.
Welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. Real quick, before I do my other video that I told you about, I just wanted to share this one quick. An AMC ape on Twitter sent me this, basically saying FTX is forcing you to sell all your stocks, including AMC stock. And the only other way that you can not sell it is if you move it to another brokerage or put it on computer share, DRS. Any eligible whole shares of a company stock that you own will be transferred to the company's transfer agent and held in your name on their books. Details on the direct registration system, DRS. So basically this is connected to
what is this now?
And I just find it interesting with FTX. They had that whole scandal with Sam Brinkman, and they also had the AMC
Sam Brinkman
digital shares.
Right. So this is relating to AMC, I'm guessing. I'm not seeing AMC here. Former FTX Capital Markets customers. Now, was that even FTX Capital Markets? FTX Capital Markets. Embed clearing. Right, they were offering trading on U.S. stocks, on listed equities, private beta phase, hundreds of exchange-listed securities, and integrated experience within the FTX application. Route all orders through NASDAQ. Will initially route all orders through NASDAQ and will not receive any payment for order flow. But it's not blockchain. They're going through a DTC clearing firm, or a clearing broker, I'm sorry. So Embed Clearing LLC, a new FINRA member clearing firm, white label brokerage services. You know, they'll route, execute, clear, and custody all FTX accounts. So that's not, I mean, I don't know if he is saying that this is connected to whatever, and I got distracted, so I'm just going to come back to the beginning. Sorry.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. Real quick, before I do my other video that I told you about, I just wanted to share this one quick. An AMC ape on Twitter sent me this, basically saying FTX is forcing you to sell all your stocks, including AMC stock. And the only other way that you can not sell it is if you move it to another brokerage or put it on computer share, DRS. Any eligible whole shares of a company stock that you own will be transferred to the company's transfer agent and held in your name on their books. Details on the direct registration system, DRS. So basically this is connected to computer share. And I just find it interesting. FTX, they had that whole scandal with Sam Brinkman, and they also had the AMC digital shares. One digital
shares
would equal one AMC share, and they said they had the shares, like I think it was 500 million of them, which doesn't make sense because there was only 550
digital shares. Is that like the digital depression?
You know something, like for real. Little D's, you better get ready for navigating this because they didn't teach this in Harvard. Get ready for this motherfucker because this is the Depression 2.0. This is a digital depression. This is going to be so fucked up, it's not even going to be funny.
The digital depression. One of my favorite bits from Lou.
50 million shares in existence of AMC, and FTX was caught up in this whole hot mess, you know. And I just find it interesting.
Caught up in this whole hot mess. No, they weren't. There was no, I mean, well, there was a hot mess, yes, but it had nothing to do with AMC. They weren't caught up in any AMC hot mess. There was a big to-do about it online, but there were never any documents. There was never any proof. There was never anything. Nothing burger.
Aron used
extra mayo.
To rig the AMC vote. So this is another new piece of information that just came out August 15, 2023. A few days back, this person got this notification. So it looks like FTX is going under or canceling their.
Jesus Christ! I mean,
it looks like they said to this person.
You could actually read it.
That
well, you can't read it because it's cut off. Another cut off screenshot. God, we've seen these cut off screenshots for 2 years now. People, like, why do you have to cut off the screenshot? That just makes it just that much more sus.
Then your account will be closed and provide you with options for taking possession of your stock.
Right. So FTX said that we're going to be able, you can trade stocks on our platform, and then people traded some stocks on their platform, and then the whole thing blew up. And now they're saying, well, yeah, we have, you know, to do something with what's in your account because we're closing down. We're offering an extended grace period before your brokerage account is automatically closed. Explain how the account will be closed, provide you options for taking possession of your stock. Period. What more is there? That's what this is. It doesn't affect 99.9% of people. It certainly doesn't affect AMC shareholders. Yeah, I don't know who originally found this or posted it or who cut it off. So I guess maybe I'll clarify that. But yeah. It could have been cut off from before.
Communicated, sure. We are discontinuing operations after September 15, 2023. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, who knew? Who would have ever guessed? I mean, that came out of left field, man. That was absolutely unexpected. Now, what about Uncle Frank? Here it is. Moving forward. All right, this may be a good place to end. It is 10:02, so we'll probably
welcome everyone, and
maybe take a look at the futures.
Trading and fire up. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor.
TOS.
Nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back, everyone. I said I wouldn't sell until the predatory short hedge funds covered in earnest, which makes me an AMC bag holder for now. I made that mistake amongst others along the way, and now I have to suffer the consequences. What you see on your screen is the hourly on AMC and the carnage that ensued over the past week following Adam and City's plan to reverse split the stock and convert Ape, you know, the pounce. Today we pounce, checkmate, choke on that. To be perfectly honest, I never dreamed this would go down this way after the amazing quarter we just reported or the success of the one we're in right now. I expected a conversion between 275 and 3 1/4. I expected it to rise.
Look at this. I mean, this is hilarious because, you know, yeah, you thought you knew. They thought they knew. To quote someone more wise than I. When you think you have the key to the stock market, the stock market changes the lock. And the key no longer works, and you don't have the key, and you're out in the cold, rain, snow. It's happened to me so many times that it's like I know that none of my keys work in that door, probably.
For a brief time and then drop between 10 to 15% from there. I will never tell you to buy, sell, or hold any security or cryptocurrency, but for myself, I'm left with the following choices. 1, I could sell, take a horrible loss, and invest the proceeds in something else. 2, I could do nothing and simply hold for an unknown period of time and hope that the company does well in the future.
Sounds like a good one to me.
Stock price follows it up. So by doing this, I could recover some or maybe even all of my money one day and maybe even see a profit. But some may say, why throw good money after bad, right? I mean, Adam insisted on splitting the stock and converting Ape in this way. He did it all without an independent vote for legacy AMC shareholders or even an annual shareholder meeting. When the company was sued for this, he paid out over $100 million of our money to settle this atrocity.
Of your money.
And we should start seeing that settlement in the way of additional shares beginning next week.
Of his money, of their money. How's that? How's that? Does he, wait, I'm so confused right now. Where does he think this money comes from? The settlement. He said it was their money. I mean, I don't think that's the case. I don't think Tony would think that's the case. I don't know.
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't really think that's the case.
I don't know about that there, Frank. I don't think that's your money, bud.
Do I think that's the case?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't really think that's the case.
I think that's so little. I had to play that again, I guess. Apparently.
And while the company and our stock lost 70% of its value over the past 5 trading days, we didn't get a single tweet of encouragement from our fearless leader. Which brings me to choice number 3.
Pardon the use of, a polarizing term, but what a fucking snowflake. We didn't receive an encouraging tweet from our leader. We didn't even receive an encouraging message on x.com. On X. It's like he X'd us out. We were X'd out. Can you even believe that? That's even something that he's mentioning. I'm sorry. I don't like that term. I don't use it. It's been used to describe me many times. But, I mean, seriously, what an emotional wreck. If you're sitting there saying we didn't even receive a tweet of encouragement from our CEO. He couldn't even be bothered to do that. Wasn't he under? I thought I read somewhere, and maybe it's BS. Under a gag order or something. I don't know. Supposedly it was in one of the prospectuses. I'm not sure. But anyway, either way, a word of encouragement from your CEO. I mean, come on.
Lost 70% of its value
how
over
pathetic.
the past 5 trading days. We didn't get a single tweet of encouragement from our fearless leader, which brings me to choice number 3.
That to me is
I
just
could do what other bag holders are forced to do when they break their own trading rules.
Wait a minute.
They average down. They strategically write puts when the stock is down and premiums are inflated, and they carefully write covered calls against their position when the stock is advancing, investing any premium captured in averaging down even more when conditions allow. I will continue to support and promote the company as well. One unique aspect of AMC
is he saying that he's going to continue to average down? Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, oh my God. Yeah, I just got swindled. That was a micro swindle. Wow. This is such a meta fucking scam. This whole thing is such a meta scam. I mean, I just got taken. I just lost the 3-card Monty. Wow. I thought I had the key. Thought I had him figured out. Well, somebody set me up for him accepting
can
defeat.
Support the
Maybe
company
he will.
in a direct and collective way. In our case, very effectively by visiting the theaters.
Let's visit the theaters.
Buying the retail popcorn and merchandise, and even using the branded credit card.
How pathetic!
It's a lot harder to directly support other companies.
He's not even pumping. He's not even pumping the stock. He's pumping the company. Go spend money at the company. Go give AMC your money, because it will look better on the next earnings report, and then the market will reward us. How stupid.
For example,
quite frankly,
most of us can't buy a 787 Dreamliner.
No, but you can go fucking buy a goddamn airplane ticket. Can't you? Can't you? Can't you go buy an airline ticket at an airline that uses uses Boeing planes? I think not like Delta. Well, they do, but I was on a 321, but recently. Two of them, actually. But, I mean, how is that any different? How is that any different? You can't, I mean, it's equally as absurd to me.
Others to do likewise. I want to be clear. I will never support Aron or the current board of directors after what they have done. But I will continue to support the company I own. In fact, I will do everything within my power to support any initiative to remove these individuals from this position.
You don't support the CEO or the board, but you'll do everything to support the company. But by supporting the company, you're bolstering the sales numbers, which reflect positively on the CEO and the board. That makes a lot of sense, Frank.
Expose what they have done.
You can't have it both fucking ways. This is what it looks like to sit on the fence, to want to have it both ways, and just look like a jackass. You're not taking any stand here. It sounds like he is. It sounds like he's trying to take a stand. You're not taking any stand. This is the weakest fucking stand that I've possibly ever heard. I mean, just empty words with pictures of executives on the screen. Like what?
For breach of fiduciary duty or criminal investigations for conspiring.
Nobody from Blackstone, though. That's funny.
Any other criminal charges. I will never support any boycotts of the company in any way. That's like slapping a good mother because her kid got caught shoplifting. That's stupid, and I'm done doing stupid things, especially listening to the opinions of stupid people. I no longer consider myself an ape or part of any movement, and that's because, for now, we've lost.
There you go.
Aron, Philip Lader of Morgan Stanley,
Jesus Christ,
of Citi, and to some degree Himanshu Gulati of Antara Capital.
To some degree,
about the interest.
This is very much a to some degree guy. You know, to some degree this, to some degree that. You know, I can have it 85 million ways if I want to, and I didn't get a tweet. I'm an entitled white man. Quite frankly, and I'm not trying to make it racial or anything else. I mean, I could have just said I'm an entitled person named Frank, if that's his real name, whatever. I'm an entitled person. I deserve to get rich. We lost because these men here cheated me. And I didn't even get an encouraging tweet because that means so much to me.
Shareholders,
emotional wreck
interests like prime banks and brokers, predatory short hedge funds, and the regulators that refuse.
All of the criminals.
I can add to this list the DTCC and even clearing firms like Apex that they've protected in the past, making shareholders pay the price instead of the people who made outrageous short bets they couldn't possibly cover without resulting in a catastrophic event.
Okay, yeah, that part of it right there was never, ever substantiated, my friend. And that's the problem. God, this is a long video. I'm making it longer. But, okay, you could talk about the sales numbers. You can talk about you can even talk about the short interest if you want to, on a bi-monthly basis. But here's this phantom short position that has never been shown. It's billions of synthetic shares. And he's saying it was outrageous short positions like short bets. So no, we're not talking about operational short selling by market makers. We're not talking about liquidity. We're talking about degenerate gambling. Trying to bankrupt AMC, which is impossible to do that way. Which nobody would need to do it. It's an unnecessary thing in this case, but it's not it's just we're not talking we're not even in the right realm of terminology or the right framework of thinking when we talk about these things. It's just not even. It's so discombobulated. Maybe is the right word or a word, but you got this phantom short position that they could never close, they could never cover, with no citation. No, and I, am over trying to disprove something that was never proven. I'm not going to sit here and disprove Russell's teapot because it was never proven to begin with. It was never even attempted to be, really. But that is the thing. That has basically enabled this whole thing to continue as far as I'm concerned. That false belief based on absolutely zero evidence. And I was asking for evidence 2 years ago, and, no. And the share count was the closest thing that they could even think of to get to it. But it made no sense. You couldn't do it. But he's still saying that, we lost, but it's because of that. That's not accepting defeat. Really, it's passing the buck. It's not taking responsibility. Anyway, what a bunch of garbage. My God. Okay. We can continue.
This weekend, I enjoyed unfollowing prominent AMC-themed YouTubers that viciously supported Adam and this ridiculous scheme, and I hope to never hear from them again. At this very moment, one of them is so deceived, they still think a CUSIP change will cause a MOAS. What these individuals will be forced to admit is there is no amount of DD, fundamental or technical analysis, or incoming rule change or phase that can be effective against people that can cheat, that can break securities rules and laws with impunity.
6.5
or consequences from billion
or
the government
worth of phantom shares. What do we got here? What do we have here? We have a cutoff screenshot. I don't even know what that's from. I can't even tell you what system. I don't even know. Can anybody identify this screenshot, which is anything but definitive? I don't even see numbers. I see no quantities on that. I see filter. Oh, okay. Name, ticker, exchange code, security type, market sector. I see nothing that adds up to 6.5 billion. Maybe there's more to it that Frank cut off. Maybe, but not to the right, doesn't look like. Maybe there's another image or something. How is this anything? How is this any proof of anything? We don't even have we got different ticker. What are these, bonds? Are these warrants or something? APE, AH90, APE, AH90. Filter, preference, Miscellaneous. Okay, equity, so not bonds. What are we talking about here? What are we even talking about here? I can identify nothing about this, or even its veracity, or even its validity. I mean, hell, how hard would it be to set up an Excel type or a file maker, something to look like this? I don't know. I mean, well, I do know. It's easy. Anybody could create that. You could do this in HTML with no code. Probably right in Chrome. So what are we talking about here? We'll never know.
Those entities
I'll never know.
have given tacit approval for the very same illegal activities. If I were a predatory short hedge fund and a stock began to move against me, I'll just naked short more. I'll place.
No, you won't.
The CEO will issue a negative tweet to halt the momentum of the stock. The LULD committee will also strategically to protect me. Dark pools will be misused to control the stock's momentum. And there's not a thing anybody's going to do about it. If you can't see that's exactly where we're at in this saga, then what?
So he's upset that they can't manipulate a stock. That's what I'm hearing. There's a valid short position on a company that is in trouble and is taking steps that companies take when they're in trouble, right? And you're dealing with a heavily overvalued situation over the last 2 years. And, you know, let's just say, just for the sake of argument, that there's a short seller, a short position. The short position reflects Wall Street's belief that the belief in overvaluation of the stock. Is that so wrong? What's wrong about that? What is wrong about that? You know, what the hell is wrong about that?
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
I don't know what we're saying.
What possible value could your opinion hold for me? So Uncle Frank.
Well, so Frank learns that he shouldn't listen to mainstream media articles and take them at face value. How many years, how many decades of living has it taken you to get to that conclusion? I mean, what? Again, I say, what a fucking snowflake. And now he's highlighting media articles.
Why did you buy more shares this past week, especially Friday, when we could fall even further? Well, for starters, I think the day will come when Adam and Philip later will have met their obligations to Wall Street.
He bought more shares on Friday.
And its stock. I could be wrong, but I find it highly
we got another
they will just leave
person
as it is right now with the shareholders on the ground bleeding from every
we got another
with an annual share
person who's forgotten about the ATM. No, not the ATM that you get money out of. The ATM that takes your money. The share offering, the dilution, which was the whole point of all of this, as they so conveniently have forgotten. Wow, they're so easily distracted. No wonder they've lost 90% of their shares. No, not 90% of their shares. 90% of their portfolio. Yeah, it's the Aron ATM. Yeah. So, I mean, and he's sitting here saying, yeah, I bought more on Friday. I bought more on Friday because Wedbush upgraded it. Oh, good. So you're not going to listen to short sellers. You're not going to listen to that FUD, but you're going to listen to an upgraded price target from a firm. See, Frank is the epitome of a dumb terminal. This guy is a dumb terminal. He has no clue. He's just displaying on the screen whatever's there. And he can't tell you anything about it. Oh my God!
Up in November, if they don't do something
Jesus
by then,
fuck,
it's going to be a riot with pitchforks and torches down there in Kansas. If I'm right, and Adam and Phil are done whoring out the company, I believe we will then see investor relations begin to share all of the company's accomplishments they've been diligently suppressing up until now. Like how many items did we sell out on the merchandise website? How many Walmarts did we sell out of retail popcorn?
Oh my God!
How many branded credit cards did we book? We may even hear...
That's why you're not hearing the positive news. Absolutely. We just have to, they have to stop gutting the company first. What the fuck?
New retail location.
Delusional.
For our popcorn line, maybe a retailer like Costco.
Maybe we'll get Target.
The financial
maybe we'll get Target, guys.
For example, the company that has treated us unfairly for over 2 years just upgraded the stock only 2 days ago from Fintel.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
It's AMC Entertainment Holdings. I never thought I would see that headline. And who knows, we may even see AMC
He's excited.
And board members start
He's excited
again after they've only sold it over the past 5 years.
No, they won't.
AMC just had an amazing second quarter.
Are you crazy?
The original bet, in my opinion, was will the company go bankrupt or not? It didn't. We saved it. Then the bet was
it didn't.
Will it ever return to profitability? It did. Now the bet seems to be.
I mean, what does this guy say when it goes bankrupt? I mean, he thinks the battle's won. We defeated bankruptcy, guys. Congratulations. Now we have to defeat unprofitability. We're halfway there. My God.
Better than our pre-pandemic levels. Anyway, our enemies, they didn't want to pay.
Enemies.
They lost the first 2 bets, so they cheated. If they did pay.
There it is. They didn't want to pay when they lost the first one, so they cheated. They cheated. Citation needed.
Would see brokers, hedge funds, clearing firms, maybe even a prime take the pipe, just like Credit Suisse. So the SEC and the DTCC help them walk this shit over the goal line and are cleaning up the crime scene as we speak. Now, if I'm right about Adam and Phil
cleanup operation
to Wall Street, then eventually all bets will be off. Hedge funds will again be responsible for their positions and will get no additional help from AMC management. I think they just proved to us that a MOAS is off the table, but no one is immune from a short covering event. Once all Adam and City's bullshit has settled, AMC is a different company. It's still the largest business of its kind in the world, with a modified and updated business model, new revenue streams, presumably much less
modified and updated business model. No, they show movies on a big screen. That is their business model. That is their business model. They're not a popcorn company. They'll never be. The business sense or lack thereof is staggering among these people too. I mean, I'm no Jack Welch, okay? Believe me, I'm no Jack Welch. But holy shit.
Maybe we'll
updated business model
or streaming giant, because
now GE is a company that you know has an updated business model. They went financial. So the only way that AMC doesn't go and GameStop don't go out of business, in my humble opinion, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell any antiques this week at the flea market, but is if they pivot to be financial they somehow become financialized. They're not really financialized. They are old-fashioned. They didn't really, make that pivot like a lot of corporations did throughout the last 40 years. And so they're still selling physical products or providing a real-time experience. Well, the world's moved on from physical products and real-time experiences. Let me tell you. I mean, that's like we're not in a real-time experience or a physical product world anymore. That's the reality. I mean, fuck. But the irony is that new reality does depend on physical goods like AI chips, which I have questions about. Let's say I'll save that comment for the very end.
If you want to bring content before a live indoor audience, you have no choice but to go through AMC. To be honest, I think the company is worth far more than the current price. I'll leave these shares to my kids before I sell at these levels or give these clowns the satisfaction. Once Adam and Phil have finally met their obligations to Wall Street, predatory short hedge funds will now face black and white swans and a third quarter
more swans
better than our second quarter. Now, before we boycott AMC and declare war on whatever money we have left,
talk about just denying reality and just
wow. Please consider this headline. Summer box office revival on the path to a $4 billion milestone. From the article, as Labor Day approaches, the U.S. box office is close to reaching a key milestone, the $4 billion domestic benchmark for the summer season. This target brings the box office closer to pre-pandemic levels and builds stronger.
Good, awesome.
Recorded in 2022.
For a company that was struggling before the pandemic. Okay, yeah, COVID. But he's going to say, I don't know, he's going to be dismissive.
Here are some real risks ahead
for
those
real
of us
risks.
who have chosen to stick with the trade and even average down. Number one, the settlement shares will begin to hit accounts next week. That could have an impact on the stock price. Number two, we know Aron is going to dilute like a petulant child, but we still don't know exactly how much or when. Number three.
Well, it doesn't really matter because does it really matter when or how much? I mean, think about how long the apes have basically withheld. You know, it's like Aron. It's like the longest dry spell ever. I mean, what do you think?
We are still under the threat of the writers and
actors. He's going to nail that thing to the wall.
The more of an impact it will have on theaters. And finally, number four, there could be a new strain of COVID brewing. And if it's found to be capable of spreading widely, that could be a serious threat to the business again.
What about the writer?
Okay, on BA.2.86. Do you get it? 286?
286. 286 what? 286. $2.86. Somehow now I don't even want to think about that. I'm sorry.
Still on the friggin' list of threshold securities over at the New York Stock Exchange as of Friday. These people aren't even embarrassed of their corruption in the open, but take heart. If a swan comes along to spoil the cleanup operation, it'll bring us all joy.
It'll bring us all joy. Yes, it will bring us all so much joy. May everyone go forth this week in joy and peace as we navigate the choppy waters of the market. Now, why is my account not signing in? Okay. I'm going to put the password in right. Yeah, so Wedbush did upgrade AMC. Just checking things out here. Check out the futures here in just a moment. The swan comes along singing a song side by side. It's an interview. Oh, it's it's this. Okay, all right.
Joining us now is Alicia Reese of Wedbush Equity Research Analyst. Alicia, thank you so much for joining us. So first, what's your thesis for this?
Yeah, don't beat around the Wedbush. Just
AMC, especially
get right to it, would you?
This has been a meme stock trade.
Yeah, so, we rode the underperform rating from $40 2 years ago all the way down to $2 just yesterday, but we got out of the way maybe a little too early perhaps. But our view is that there's, potentially a bit of a cushion here. And one of the reasons for that is improving fundamentals. And I don't think that's very arguable. The other side that is a little bit arguable is that there's remaining retail traders in the space that
wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold up here. Previously underperformed, previously $2. Okay. That was before the reverse split. Now they've got neutral $19 after the reverse split. What am I missing here? And I mean, they do say they upgraded to neutral. Upgrades AMC. Upgrades it to neutral. You see what I'm talking about here? What do we... Well, anyway, let's just continue.
And I don't think that's very arguable. The other side that is a little bit arguable is that there's
she said
and one of the reasons for that is improving fundamentals. And I don't.
So improving fundamentals, okay, because you had Barbenheimer. Are you going to have another Barbenheimer? I'm just saying. I mean, how much are the fundamentals really improving? Are we going into a period where we will be as a society, it is a societal impact, damn it, will be impacted by the writers' strike? I don't know what's going on with that, but I mean, improving fundamentals, Yeah, sure. Okay.
I don't think that's
it's not like
very
amazing
arguable.
though.
The other side,
I think it is
a little
arguable
bit
though.
arguable is that there's remaining retail traders in the space that could continue
Well,
to
they like
provide
to
a
say
premium valuation.
They like to say
it's certainly.
And I don't know if this is true anymore, though. I don't think this is true. And looming recession has entered the chat. That is true. But they very strategic. They say that movie theaters are recession proof. I'm not so sure that is the case now. The same way that it might have been 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 60 years ago. There are options now. And now we're conditioned a little bit more to those options because of, the pandemic. So I don't know if that holds true, but we'll see. I guess it could be a perfect storm for the utter destruction of the physical movie theater coming. Could be. If you have, COVID concerns, Hollywood concerns, let's say, these streaming companies aren't going away. And what if they consolidate? What if there's some, I don't know. It's probably rather be in the cigarette business.
Pretty hard
to say that.
2 days, so we'll see how far that goes. But a big portion of our premise is that AMC can repay a decent portion of its debt while the stock's trading at premium levels. If it waits too long or if the stock collapses before that, there's still quite a bit of downside. For instance, without the debt payment, and if AMC returns to a fundamental valuation, no longer getting that premium multiple, it could trade as low as, in the $2 to $10 price range. If it does pay off its debt, however,
not really
can do so or pay down the debt.
But I'm confused here. I'm really confused right now because the price isn't any higher. What are they? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is being spun? What kind of bullshit is being spun right now? Or am I just an idiot? That's entirely possible. But look, come back over here. Like, look, the market cap. Yeah, it's lower. It is lower, but it didn't collapse. I don't know what the fuck. I don't understand. I just don't understand. How are they going to pay? How are they going to pay debt? With revenue, or with proceeds from the at the money offering? Because that's going to affect the price, hon. Like, you're not going to have premium prices, and it's not even a premium price. It's not a premium price. Like. So I don't know.
Significant level where the price is above $9. They could go to, say it's at a $12 price point, for instance, where it's trading today. They can issue over 400 shares, and
there we go.
Fundamental trading range of $8 to $10, and then return to paying a dividend and repurchasing shares from there. And with
I don't buy in any of the fundamental trading value, all that stuff here. Like that to me is the kind of thinking that leads to these failed arbitrage trades, and it's making too many assumptions. Like you don't know that the market's gonna. You're making so many assumptions. Oh my God, yeah, I am not feeling this one. I don't even really feel like she's even really being bullish on AMC so much. It's just not realistic in that sense. Like, yeah, I don't know. Crack might have been consumed.
Positive industry fundamentals, that positive backdrop, that would be really positive for them, I think, overall.
So there's the immediate concern about debt, as you highlighted, which investors are focused on. But at the end of the day, this is a business that's built around theaters. You need bodies in those seats. Things have moved in a positive direction this year, at least this summer, because of the likes of Barbie as well as Oppenheimer. But when you think about the sustainability of where AMC is right now and the content that needs to move in, how big of a concern are the strikes right now?
Sure. I think the strikes are a concern in terms of quarterly box office. Some of the titles, as you noted, are going to be delayed. Some have already been delayed, like Dune out of Q4 into Q1. A Deadpool was removed from the release slate lineup for Q2.
Not good.
Q4. It doesn't have a new release date yet because they were in production
new release
during the
date.
strikes, and so they'll just have to wait and see when they can get back to production. But it's just a delay, the way I see it. I don't see it as incredibly harmful to the movie theaters. It's just a delay. So I still think
it's just a delay. It's just a delay. It's just a delay. It's just a delay. Okay, sure, it's just a delay. But I mean, it's a delay at a time when a company is, they don't have time for delays. Like, it's not like you can say, oh, it's just a delay. They'll have the revenue eventually. Maybe. But maybe there's a new COVID by then. Like maybe your timeline. This is terrible. This is a terrible.
Quarter can still end up higher year over year.
In my opinion,
year should still end up well over 20%. You have likely a 50% improvement year over year in Q3 ahead of that, and that will be likely the first quarter since the pandemic that you have a positive comparison to a pre-pandemic, 2019 box office quarter. So as the volume of this content continues to rise and improve and get closer to what it was pre-pandemic, these trends are really positive.
Wow. I mean, I believe her. I mean, that was a convincing pitch. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Now, nobody said that, nobody ever said, I don't think, I certainly didn't, that, that those analyst firms, are to be trusted or anything like that. So it's not like, wow, I can't believe. But so what do we got in the futures here tonight? Flat, essentially. Here's our, basically flat. The S&P is at 4420. NASDAQ's right around 15,000. Dow's 34.4. Nat gas is gapped up a little bit. I don't know why we got that there. And that gas gapped up. Dollar's down a little bit. So it's I don't think it's hard to see really why these futures openings, are like, I'm just like, we haven't been doing them because it's like, okay, yeah, the damn market is flat. Although we did have this, it gapped up a little bit. And so we'll see now, real quick here. Let me do something. Let us do something. Let's do it on the NASDAQ. Okay. So we've been kind of talking about this a little bit, and I don't know if Ron had a chance to mess with it, but actually, you know what? You can just do it from here. You always forget. Just do it from here. That reminds me, because this is what I'm doing,
Well, do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Do it live. Oops. What am I doing? I'm trying to do it live. Ugh. Okay, style. So, you know what? That's right. I have a whole style set up here. I saved. Forgot. Yes. So, Ron, this is one of Thinkorswim's market profile type charts. And if you zoom in, and so this is on 30 minutes, and you can zoom in, well, anyway. And then I have another one here that I messed around with. I keep messing this up. Think TPO monkey bars. So this one has volume histogram as well. And you can set up all these colors, you know, however you want to. I followed somebody else's thing on it. And I think it might be, it's always funky. I think it's basically set up only for 30-minute intervals. And then, so let's see here, this monkey bars. And then monkey bars expanded. Okay, here we can actually see the sequence numbers. And so, and you can change all this. You can change the parameters of the thing and whatnot. Here, your value area definition and color sequence colors there. So I think it will work. I think it will work for this. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm on the NASDAQ right now. Maybe I should go to the ES just because it's easy to go from the S&P or the ES futures to SPY, but it's harder to go from the NASDAQ to the QQQ, you know, in terms of the equivalent numbers. I think it's 36. Is it 36? 36 times from one to the other. So, yeah. So here we are on it. And so this actually, I think this is a bit different. This style is a bit different. If you go to, no. If you go to this one, this is more like the, I know so many are lost. But, you know, this is another way to look at the price, market activity. So, and we've used the volume profile before. In fact, over on, I think it's on, is it on the NASDAQ or QQQ? I've got some lines. Yeah, I got these lines. And all these lines, I mean, it kind of looks haphazard now. But all these lines came from volume profile levels. And so like what I'm saying here is that this line, which was observed very, very well, was a pre-existing line that came from, and I can show you where it came from, probably. That line came from this value area right here, or this point of control right here. So it was, I extended it over, and you can see that a lot of these line up with pre-existing like lines here, which I have set to extend. So this is not using it anyway the same way, but this is the extent that I've used these things. And, you know, just as having price levels that are important, essentially, or where a reversal occurred, where a reversal always tends to occur, or certainly these naked POCs, like this one here at 316. The price never went back to 316. So it never went back to 316. So because it never went back to 316, the purple line extends all the way over. And so that's what that's indicating here. Well, we have these naked POCs. We had this naked POC right here at 356. Naked meaning it never went back to it. It has not been retested in any way. It was only ever above this. But guess what? Here, it came back to it. It came back to that naked POC. And and basically reversed. So that was a key level. That was a very key level. And this naked POC from way back over here, a lot of these have been taken out because we're on our way coming down. But anyway, so any way you slice it, market profile is a useful ass tool for sure. Anyway, futures are flat. The AMC grift is, I mean, you got people out here saying the same shit. They're saying the same exact shit. Slightly modified verbal diarrhea. Shorts must close. Shorts must close. Yeah. So let's see. There's one other thing here. Oh, well, I'll do that another time. So we'll end the stream 48. Well, it's not even going to be 48 minutes late. It's going to be more than that because, we have a long-term sponsor of the channel here wants to deliver a message. We'll look at this message and we'll have this message play us out. Play us out. Play us out. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Just fuck it live.
Fuck it.
Do it live.
Do it live.
Yeah. Do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live with, you guessed it. I think you guessed it. We'll do it live with who other Mr. Tom Vu.
Not everyone is fortunate enough to know my techniques of how
have a good one, everyone.
Money.
The Tom Vu method differs
Catch you soon.
in that his system teaches you how to make money in real estate immediately and enjoy life right away.
I know some of you are thinking, my seminar is the same like everybody else's seminar. My seminar is not the same like everybody else. My course is copyrighted. It means no one else is allowed to teach my unique course. Plus, my system can show you how to put money in your pocket in real estate right away.
Tom Vu says a key to making quick money in real estate is to know how to deal in distressed properties. He says you can locate money-making properties every day.
Just, make the analogy to the stock market.
$500,000.
It works.
Using my own technique, I pay only $285,000. I make $215,000 in this house. What can you do with $215,000? You can take 10 triple.
Thanks, Model 3 dude.
Send 4 or 5 of your kids
Appreciate
to
it.
college.
Thanks for being here.
Buy a Rolls Royce. Come to my seminar. I'll show you how to make all kind of money.
All kind of money.
Here's a secret for you to make millions. Very simple. Learn how to do your first real estate transaction. Make a small profit.
Learn how to make a small profit.
Keep repeating the same successful process many times over.
Scale up.
I'm very wealthy. Here's another example how easy
he knows.
to make a lot of money. Take a look at this house.
He's not saying sell one mansion for
I pick it up for $280.
$10 billion.
Making $215.
Saying make $215 nickel and dime. Make $215.
You can retire
Make $100,000 here.
People say that
$300,000 there.
But I'm not smarter than
Guess what? Then
I'm only a lucky boy.
It will be
a genius money-making system. In the last 5 years,
you'll have something.
My seminar students have applied my system and also make a lot of money. Let me take you to an actual real estate closing where you will see one of my students apply my technique about to walk away with a nice check.
Hell yeah.
I invite you to come to my seminar. Learn how to make a lot of money. Once you have a taste of a good life,
love it.
Never go back. I didn't have all this at first. I started with nothing, less than nothing. In just a few years, I made a fortune. I have everything I ever wanted. You can do the same thing too. If you know my technique to make a fortune, you don't need credit, you don't need money, you don't even need a college degree to get started. If you have a desire,
hear that, apes?
The guts, come to my seminar. Let me show you how.
I know lots of you out there are skeptical. In my hand framed
is a check for $203,029.32. I net in one transaction, one deal. This is a net check.
I know after watching me and my student making a lot of money, you got excited and you want to go to my seminar to learn how to make millions.
Yes, Tom, we do.
Your friend will tell you, don't come to the seminar.
Don't buy that trash.
But tell them, it is a get-rich-quick plan because life is too short to get rich slow. If someone tries to discourage you, my friend, take a look at them from head to toe. If they are nothing, stay away from them. You want to learn from success, not failure.
You see these checks in my hands? You know I did it. The fact is, lots of people are making money all over the country, starting with nothing. If you don't know how, the seminar will show you exactly.
Seminar, man.
Forget what my grandfather told me. There are two kind of people.
Yes, he did.
The doer and the loser. Which one are you? Are you sick and tired of where you are, working hard for years for nothing? Are you excited about watching my student making a fortune on TV? You know, many of these people started out with little or no cash and no credit, no experience. Do you have a guts to step out of where you are to achieve your financial freedom? Then come to my 3 hours success and real estate investing seminar. The cover charge for this seminar is not $1,000. It's not even $500. It's not even $100.
Oh,
the cover charge, my friend, is free. Free.
The first seminar is free.
Willing to spend 3 free hours to learn from a self-made millionaire to maximize your
Hey, time is money, man.
You deserve to be broke.
Anyway, that's all I got. Oh, no, it's not. Join the finance chat. Link is in the description. God damn it. Finance chat. Link in the description. All right. Scott Allen signing off.